Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we have our discussion and meditation period. And I'm going to wait a couple minutes for people to get on because I have an important message to deliver from Master Jesus that I was given last night, and I want to communicate that to as many people who are able to have their ears to hear it. It's very important and simple, very, very simple. Welcome. I also want to make a note before we get too far into this. It's Saturday, July the 22nd, 2023. And the discussion and meditation is on awakening your soul, and it is with the Divine Collective, which is a collective of enlightened beings that come through me as a collective. They have no specific order in which they speak, but they're here to provide us with clarity on how to awaken your soul. The other thing I wanted to discuss with everybody is this understanding of what mediumship is, because there's a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt around what mediumship is. There's also religious and other belief systems out there that say that it's a very bad and terrible thing. And I want to clarify that it is not a bad and terrible thing. Mediumship has been practiced throughout the entirety of human histories, from shaman accessing the words and wisdom of the Great Spirit to ascended masters like Jesus, talking and communing with the one God and being able to bring information through. What is the dark side of mediumship is if you are a low vibrational being, if you're filled with anger or rage or fear or guilt or shame, then you can tap into or access information that is very low vibrational and can cause very low vibrational actions. On the other side of that, I want to say everyone inside themselves has these internal senses. I'm saying internal because there's no physical point of time and space in which they exist. But you have these physical, invisible abilities called clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. They are non-physical senses. Unlike your 5 physical senses of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, which let you comprehend and apprehend the visible world, these internal senses that you have that are connected to your soul of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance allow you to comprehend and perceive the invisible world. You were born with these senses of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, and you were born with these senses, your soul naturally possesses them, of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. And the reason that most people don't understand it is because those senses have not been developed properly. Most people haphazardly or randomly develop these invisible senses, these clairs. Most people are so infatuated and captivated by the 5 physical senses that those internal senses never got developed when you were a child, which is where they would have been most easily and readily developed. It is what some children see and hear and feel and touch and taste and smell when they're seeing their invisible friends, because those clairs are intact. And oftentimes the perceptions of young children perceiving these dimensions, or Jesus or Buddha or the fairies or the dragons, these other multidimensional creatures, and parents dismiss them, or psychiatry and psychology dismisses them without any due course, because most people are conditioned to believe that the only perceived reality comes through the 5 physical senses, and that is not true. That is not true at all. There is another reality, many realities in fact, that can be perceived by you when you can awaken those hidden senses. And it's important you understand that. They must be developed. It's not a perfect science. Like a child not learning to walk properly the first time it takes a step, or holding a spoon properly, or getting the ABCs right. These senses require your attention and require that you practice using them to develop them. Even if they've been ignored or negated most of your life, they're still there. They can still be developed at any age, at any time. So I encourage you to find ways of developing these senses. Come to this channel regularly, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and learn from the ascended masters and other multidimensional beings that come through me. And learn to open those senses. There is no greater time and more important time in our lives than to open these senses, so that you can comprehend and apprehend the reality that's going on all around you, but it's not perceptible to your 5 physical senses. So if anybody's asking why are some mediums able to get this right and not get this right, it's because they're still developing. You didn't get it right even when you went to high school, you began trigonometry or calculus. You didn't get it right the first time. You had to practice and apply and study. These internal senses, these clairs, if you will, these faculties of your soul, must, like any form of learning, be developed. If they are not developed, they won't work. And they have to be developed over time and through application. If you don't use them, they won't develop. So don't get upset if you go to a medium or a psychic and you communicate with them and they're not giving you everything that's right. They may be in a stage of learning that they don't know that they're actually in. I've been given the information and knowledge of this many years ago. By many years ago, I mean about 4.5 years ago, that this is a process that all people need to awaken these senses. Now, that being said, I was given a message from Master Jesus that I was told to read this morning. This might tie into what was just said. So I'm going to read the message because it's a very short one. I don't often read, but he said I had to write this down. He said he wants all of you to know that the only reason so many of you are seeking overstimulation is because you wish to hide the pain you feel in your soul, because you are not connected to your purpose or the Creator God. You are disconnected from your purpose and the Creator God. When he told me that, I'm like, that makes perfect sense. So people seek overstimulation through the 5 physical senses because of the pain they feel, not being connected to the true nature of what you are here for, your purpose. If you knew why you were here, you would not be unhappy. If you knew that. And the answer to that is within you. It's not out there. You might find things out there that inspire you and connect you and lead you to that. But your true purpose lives inside you and requires your attention to develop it. A lot of people don't want to take the time to develop it. Now, that's out of the way. I want to say thank you, Master Jesus, for giving me that message last night. I really, really, really appreciate that. And the Divine Collective, who is a collective of ascended masters and other multidimensional beings that work through me periodically, they wanted to talk about awaken your soul and how important that is. Now, in understanding what it is to awaken your soul, it's important you realize a few simple things. In the pursuit of your spiritual awakening, you must make a distinction between your physical body, your thinking mind, and what you are as a sentient being, or what we call a soul. Your soul has the capacity to bridge through many dimensions of information and experience, the physical realm being but one of many. Our goal here today is to simply walk you through a process, a very simple process, to stimulate the beginning for some of you. For others of you, it may be more advanced, but to stimulate for you a process that can begin you in earnest, engaging in the process of awakening your own soul from subjectivity to your mind and your body and your history. With this, we encourage you to listen to these words. Those of you on YouTube will hear the words or see the words on the screen. Those of you on Facebook will see the words on the screen. Those of you on TikTok, I will read the words to you. They want us to breathe slowly and deeply. And as you breathe slowly and deeply, on your exhale, give your body permission to relax. They want me to tell you that this is the first step to teach your body to be still. To awaken your soul, there are simple steps that you need to follow in order to awaken yourself to yourself. Not to your body self, not to your personality, but to yourself. That's who you are. Breathe slowly and deeply, and as you exhale, you give your physical body permission to be still and to be quiet. You can hear these words and still follow these instructions and gain the fundamental change in your energy that naturally occurs when you direct your body and mind in very specific forms of action. You will gain very specific forms of experience. So breathe slowly and deeply and allow your body to relax. And on each exhale, give it permission to relax further and further and further and further. And continue this process of using your breath to give permission to all the muscles in your physical organism, from the top of your biological head to the soles of your biological feet. Give your entire body permission to be still. If your body seeks to become restless or active, just reassert, I give you permission to be still, direct it to be still. This is the first step towards awakening your soul. Once the body begins to relax and become quieter and calmer, your attention will naturally begin to perceive the activity of your mind. That is, what you anticipate is going to happen, what you remember happening, what you were thinking about, what you were hearing right now. You will begin to perceive the thinking or the remembering or the reactionary mind of your personality. And we're going to ask you to do the exact same process for this thinking mind, where you imagine that your breath can fill your mind. When you draw your breath in, you can fill your mind with your breath. And as you exhale, you can release all the thoughts, all the memories, and all the future concerns with your breath. And with each exhale now, you are now directing both mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to be calm. Directing your mind, your body, to be peaceful and calm with the exhale of your breath through it. With the exhale of your breath through your body, you give it and the thinking mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And each subsequent breath will loan itself to both body and mind surrendering into silence and stillness. And in that moment of process of surrendering, experiencing the mind through your own interaction with the body and mind, with the breath of the body and mind, directing the body and mind to be still, quiet, and peaceful, releasing memories, releasing emotions, releasing future concerns as you exhale with your breath. As awareness, you will begin to notice there's a feeling, a vibration that begins to become apparent in the body, a slight tingling sensation that is an effective variety of factors. One of those factors is the different process of oxygenation that you're initiating in the body. And simultaneously, as you get the body to relax and the mind to relax, there is less resistance to your energy coming into this world. There's less resistance to spirit moving through you, as there is no restrictions of mind and body. Your persistence in the process of breathing is key in this practice. Your persistence in directing the body through your breathing is key to establishing the stillness of both mind and body that make it possible for you to awaken to the I am that you are, the awareness that you are always. In the continuous and gentle application of your breath, directing the body and mind to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, the natural state of your well-being begins to become sensed and felt by you as a vibration, as a feeling, as a sensation of calmness. For some of you, it may be heightened and accentuated with perceptions of colors and sounds and smells that you may not have recognized before. But the moment you get your mind and your body to that place where it is still and quiet, open and receptive to your awareness, you begin to feel less restriction, both in body and mind. There's less resistance to receiving in both mind and body when they are still, quiet, open and receptive to your awareness. This fundamental starting point is essential for any of you seeking to awaken your soul to this position in consciousness of creative authority, this position of consciousness, of creative authority over both mind and body. You see, much of the information that you have gathered from this world through your 5 physical senses presents resistance to your creative capabilities. It also presents resistance to what you are, because it essentially fills your mind and body with something that you are not. But this process begins to reverse that as you direct through your breath the body to be open and receptive, as you direct with your mind to be quiet, calm, and peaceful. As you use your breath to direct these instruments into this place of stillness, a natural state of well-being begins to emerge because you are a state of well-being. What you are as a soul is a state of well-being. It is only in the place of mind and body where you experience the polarity of this world that you find conflict. But in the essence of your being, you are in a state of well-being. You are in a state of grace, in a state of love. By nature of what you are, you have a direct and immediate communication to that consciousness that you call your spirit or your creator or your God. It is in this place where the mind and body are out of the way that you can begin to hear, to begin to see, to begin to know the truth of what you are. And our goal is very simple today, to bring you to a sensation of your own experience of this, to allow yourself to be guided into that process, to guide your mind and body into that process. Through the instruction of your breathing, you can do this. In that process, you can also begin to liberate fear and anger and judgment and frustration from you by teaching your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You begin to restore your soul to its rightful position of authority over the physical body and the mental construct that you call your mind, what we call your personality, which is simply a vehicle that has been fabricated by your experiences of this world that often inhibit you from really knowing who you are and what you came here to do. But in stepping away from the lens of your personality and your biology, you open your eye to the possibility of a realm of perception that can reconnect you to who you truly are and what you came here to be and to do as a functional consciousness living in a realm of creation, utilizing elements called time, space, and matter to fabricate instances of creation and manifestation in many shapes and forms, not simply the actions of building and creating structures or cities, but in the actions of healing and transformation, interdimensional understanding and experience. Your physical body and your personality loan themselves to anchoring you here in this realm where you can experience the function of creation in a very different way than you can as a soul independent of time, space, and matter. The necessity of the physical experience affords any soul the opportunity to self-reflect upon self, to remember the self that you are, to use the remembering of that self then in the application of creative experiencing, the function of creation, the function of manifestation, the function of liberation. And so continue with this process of breathing into the body and releasing the breath and directing your body to relax. And doing the same thing likewise with your mind, breathing into the space of your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, your concerns. Breathing in there. And as you exhale, releasing those memories, those emotions, those concerns with your breath, giving your mind and your body permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As you gain familiarity with the fact that your body and your mind will, can, and do respond to you under the right conditions of how you interact with it, then you will begin to experience a relief from unnecessary suffering, unnecessary thinking, unnecessary anxiety, unnecessary depression, both of which are confined to either the future or the past. Anxiety is your fear of a future that does not exist, but you have it in your mind, so your mind believes it exists, and you have become attached to your mind, so you believe that the mind of the future that your mind makes up is you, but it is not. And this function of depression is simply your attachment to the past. Both of these energies and states which you can liberate yourself from very meticulously and deliberately and exquisitely. The state of awakening your soul loans itself first and foremost to a sensation of peace, of calm. These states of calm and peace are but the first steps to the more dynamic interactions with spirit of excitement and creativity, curiosity and playfulness, compassion and kindness, the higher functions of consciousness that are all functioning on the basis of of life being designed to thrive and grow and evolve become available to all. Whereas the other vibrational states of fear and anger and frustration and judgment, which keep you in the limiting beliefs of subjectivity, the state of powerlessness that believe that you cannot create or change your circumstances. This is what the lower vibrational energy, this process that we have shared with you today, loans you to the process of liberation, of awakening yourself to yourself. You are a spiritual being. You are in possession of a personality created for you by this world. You have a physical organism that allows you to articulate your will and your creation into this material medium of time, space, and matter. And if you awaken yourself sufficient enough, you will no longer be subjective to fear, to anger, to your past, to your concerns about the future that does not exist at this present moment, or the past that doesn't exist at this present moment. But this function of the breath is the most simplistic way through which you can begin the process of awakening yourself. As this one had said earlier before we came here, that you are here as a creating intelligence. You came here to create. You know you came here for a purpose. All of you know you came here for a purpose, but you feel disconnected from it. And many of you ask us and many others, why? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And the answer is truly within you. It is not within the mind that has been made by this world, but it is in your soul as a being. It's what you are. Your purpose is what you are being. And in order to come to the understanding that, you must return to your being, step away from the dictates of biology, the dictates of psychology, the dictates of thought, and return yourself to the present moment of being what you are here and now. And you have heard it said that the kingdom of your God is in the present moment, is here and now. And so this process begins the first fundamental steps necessary for returning yourself to that divine estate, which is natural to who you are as a spiritual entity. We hope that you understand what we've said, that you will embrace it as fully and completely as you can, that if you are persistent in the process of getting your mind and your body to simply acquiesce to your gentle breath of you giving them permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As they acquiesce to you and you begin to feel the vibration of what you are as a spiritual consciousness, as a soul, your body shall feel this too. It will feel a tremble that is good. The mind will be calm and still, pristine once again, as your soul awakens. When your soul awakens, you can then begin to search for the revelation of your purpose. Why are you here? What has the Creator put you here for? You will not find it in the mind of man, but you will find it in the mind of your own soul. What you are as a spiritual entity, you possess these answers within yourself. The faculties that you will awaken in being persistent in the process of utilizing your breath in this fashion, this process of breathing slowly and deeply, giving the body permission to relax, giving your mind permission to be still and quiet. This process will lead you in the direction of awakening these senses, clairvoyance, which means to see clearly, clairaudience, which means to hear clearly, claircognizance, which means to know clearly, and clairsentience, which means to feel clearly. And like your 5 physical senses, these 4 senses work in a harmonious fashion when they are developed sufficiently enough that you can then simply ask a question and receive the answer. That you can know the truth of what one is saying to you. You can understand a situation and a circumstance before you even enter it, for you have a knowing that transcends the functions of time, space, and matter. That is independent of your physical beliefs and ideas about this realm. And so with this realization, we send our love and our gratitude to your soul, from our soul to your soul. Let you feel the peace that is your natural state. Let you be inspired by the love that is your natural grace. Let you be awakened by the truth that is your natural function of creation. We offer this blessing to you now, that you would receive it in all good grace. That you would receive it in all good grace. There is no greater joy than the awakening of your soul. It is much greater than the stimulation of your senses. The awakening of your soul is greater than anything of this earth. And yet this earth will benefit greatly from that process. We extend you our love and grace. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Collective. Really appreciate that. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. It's amazing. For those of you, by the way, I just want everybody to know, for those of you that are still wanting to join the 102 Masterclass Liberation, which starts today with the orientation in approximately 32 minutes. You still have up until Sunday at 3 p.m. to register before the first official class begins. Today is the orientation, so if you want to register for this course, where we have the Ascended Masters and other multidimensional beings, Master Jesus, Buddha, Archangel Michael, and others that teach us through these courses. You learn directly from the Ascended Masters, and I operate as a vehicle for that, as do our other instructors as well, and mediums. So please take the opportunity now. This is our 102. This is specifically on teaching you how to master your mind and body, laying the foundation so that you can awaken your soul. It's the most beautiful thing. You know, you did not come here to be asleep. You came here to be awake. You came here to be awake, to be creative, to be fully enjoying your life and delighting in it. You know, when you awaken your soul, suffering is not necessary because you understand who you are. Suffering is only necessary because you think you are not who you are. By percent. Anyway, come and join us. 102 Liberation. It starts in about 30 minutes, but you can register as late as 3 p.m. tomorrow, which is Sunday, July the 23rd. Wow. So let's get into some questions and answers about today. I hope you guys were really enjoying that, because I really felt that's that female being that came through me was really intense. I really loved her energy. Good morning, Tanya. I'm just, yes. Tanya saying I'm happy, just a lack of motivation. Hello, Daniela. Yes, silence and peace. Adam's asking, what exactly are the best exercises to improve my working memory? And please explain why these specific exercises are best suited for me. I think they answered that question, Adam. I think that question is answered very in full. Use your breath to get your mind and body out of the way so that you can tap into or access these other realms of information. You know you have access to them. That's why you're here. That's why all of you are here. Because you know in your heart you also have access to this information. You just simply need to train your mind and body to be out of the way so that you can begin to hear. As Buddha tells me, he said, you've got to make your mind quiet so you can hear. You cannot hear the voice of God if your mind is noisy. So you need to get your mind and your body quiet, calm, open, and receptive so that you as a soul awaken. And then there's a process of learning how to open up the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. There's actual steps you can take. We go through this in our masterclasses. What are the steps you take to open up clairvoyance? What are the steps you take to open up clairaudience? What are the steps you take to open up clairsentience and claircognizance? And everybody, whether you know it or not, everybody has some level of function with these senses, gut feeling and intuition. Everybody has some knowledge of these. Not only that, but in the masterclass, you will learn to meditate, which is something that a lot of people need to learn to do that don't understand. They have never been taught how to get their mind quiet or how to get their body still. Most people are living in a mind that's made up by the world that's absolutely crazy. And I lived like that for a good portion of my life, in a mind that was like here and there and everywhere. It was crazy. Don't live like that. Don't live like that. But those are simple steps that just illuminated to us all, Adam. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. I love that. Thank you so much, Micheline. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try and get some questions. I have about 10 or 15 minutes. We can do some questions and answers, and we'll go from there. Hi, guys. Yeah, what a day we're having. the Divine Collective. I love their energy. And for those who didn't arrive, I would like to reread this message, because Master Jesus gave me a message last night. And whenever they give me a message and I say, write this down, I write it down. And I'm going to read this to you because it's written down. And he gave it to me last night for those of you that have just arrived. Okay, so what Master Jesus said to me last night, he said, the only reason so many of you are seeking overstimulation, that is like with the world, alcohol, drugs, food, sex, all these things, why you're seeking overstimulation. This, again, I'm adding that part in. But what he exactly said is, the only reason so many of you are seeking overstimulation is because you wish to hide the pain you feel in your soul, because you are not connected to your purpose or the Creator God. And that's pretty straightforward to me. You know, I'm grateful to Master Jesus for giving us that message. We really have to learn to get disconnected from overstimulation from the environment. It's so important, right? Food, drink, sugar, caffeine, sex, drugs, rock and roll. All these things that overstimulate you, you're doing that because you're disconnected from your purpose. You're trying to get away from your pain. And I when he said that to me last night, I went, dang, that's true. That's absolutely true. That's what I was doing that for all those years, right? Anyway, let's go into some Q&A. Hi, guys. Glad to have you here. Where are we at? Let's see. I've got 4 subscribers. I'd love to have a few more subscribers on TikTok. If we can subscribe to my TikTok channel, it'd be really great. Hi, guys. YouTube. Danielle saying, hello, William and beloved. Yes, silence and surrender and peace and love is cool. It really, really is, Danielle. It really, really is. Hello, guys. Hi. I'm almost up to 5,000 followers on TikTok, which is really cool as well. Someone says, I need to develop my clairs. If you want to learn to develop your clairs, join our Masterclass series. You need to be engaged in practices that train those faculties. You know, things like oracle cards and divination rods, and these are tools. They're not tools that make you special. They're tools that help you develop those senses. And they keep telling me this again and again, and we say this to our students all the time. It's important to use these devices, whether it's a oracle cards or a Ouija board or whatever it is. These are just vehicles for awakening those senses. You don't become dependent on them. The goal is to get within and learn to commune directly to source, right? But they're devices, cards, crystals, divining rods. They have their purpose and their function, but they're just tools to awaken your inner senses, because you have all of the faculties of sight, of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. You have those senses inside you, and those tools can help you to develop those internal senses, because they force you to seek within what the truth is about what you're observing. And the more you go within, the closer you come to who you are. I like that. Thank you so much. Question from Polly B. Any message, guidance message for me, please? I'm being told, Polly, the anxiety needs to be released from you. You need to release that from your heart. Like, really, they want you to sit down, release it from your heart. Like, literally, like, release it with love and grace. Do not release emotion. Don't try to fight emotion. Don't try to, I hate this emotion. I don't want to feel this way. Don't attack your emotions, because you'll make it worse. You want to extend love and compassion to negative emotions. So when you're feeling angry, you don't attack your anger. You go, I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. This is what, it's very simple. Yeah. So Polly, just release your anxiety by transforming. Just get in touch with it and say, I'm with you. I love you. I will take care of you. Because your anxiety is a part of you that's afraid, right? And if you tell that part of you, it's okay, I will take care of you, you'll feel an immediate shift in that energy just around the heart chakra there. You'll feel it shift immediately. Once you just communicate to it, I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. Now, one of the things I love about the information I receive and share with other people is it's simple and easy to understand and apply. It made it so much easier for me to transition away from where I was in my consciousness to where I am in my consciousness when I started realizing the simplicity of it. That your body and your mind are not who you are. They're simply instruments that you're here to utilize for the function of learning creation. And there's simple ways of getting that place. Thank you so much for that question, Polly. I really appreciate it. But yeah, Jamala, you can develop those senses very easily. Joy is saying, seek Jesus, not a medium. Well, let me tell you something, Joy. Jesus is a medium. He was a medium for God for many years before he became one with God. He taught and shared the word of God. He channeled it. He was a medium for the divine. And there are people that are mediums for evil. Yes, I agree. There are beings that are channeling and that are mediums you do not want to connect with, but mediumship can be a very healthy, functional way of connecting to the creator within you, the divine within you. Master Jesus did it for many years, shared the information he was given all the time, right? But I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I love Jesus. Praise Jesus. He's one of my favorite instructors and mentors, right? And I'm a slow learner, but I do learn. I love him very much. Thank you so much. Someone saying, seek another creator to watch them. That's true. Yeah, go somewhere else. If you don't like what you're hearing here, if you don't like what you're hearing here, please leave. You know, you'll find something else somewhere that's going to follow you. But if this is resonating with you, stay. And even those of you that are resistant, thank you so much, because if you're resistant and you're angry and you're mistrustful and you're judgmental, it means you need love. Quite simply, it just means you love. And what Master Jesus teaches, love those who disrespectfully treat you. You know, love them, because they're in pain. Anybody's going to attack you or judge you, they're in pain. And we should extend love to them, right? Thank you for the gifter badges and all these wonderful little stars and hearts that float over my head. I really appreciate that. It's a lot of fun. Yes, somebody else said on to YouTube, John the Baptist was a channeler. Absolutely. The stigma attached to mediumship has value only when you recognize that the mediums are utilizing dark energy. They're connecting to low vibrational energy. There are evil beings. There are evil consciousnesses. And there are consciousness of love and goodness. And depending on what you're going to align yourself, you can align yourself to love or you can align yourself to fear. And each will attract different elements of beings that will connect to you and through you. I see it all the time. I can see the demons that are in people's bodies on the streets in the city of Toronto here and many other cities. There's a lot of possession going on right now, low vibrational energy, because the people got themselves into a low vibrational state. Now they're possessed by these low vibrational entities. Keep your vibration high. Treat your body with the love and respect you would if it were Master Jesus or Buddha or your God or Muhammad or whoever it is that you worship. Treat your body as you would treat them, right? And treat your mind as you would treat them. Think thoughts of goodness and light and compassion, right? I love it. I'm so glad, Leslie, that you found that starting point today. Really great. I know a lot of you guys don't stop asking me to go live. We will be doing lives. We are in a transformational process at this end. We are being guided to make an unusual change in the direction of where we are going and how we are doing what we are doing and how we are bringing these messages to you. And you're going to be brought into the know of that probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll be revealing the changes, and you'll see this world that you see behind me will not be the same. We're going into a new life, a new stage of this process of sharing this wisdom and knowledge of these ascended masters and others with the world. So please, I will be bringing people on live when we're settled in the new process. Can I ask the archangels to help or heal the severe pain in my neck from a disc severe headache? Okay, Sun for Stars. Thank you so much, because Master Jesus loves healing. It's one of his favorite functions, right? That's where he excelled. And yet he said everybody else was capable of learning that too. He said everybody was capable of learning what he taught. Greater things than I can you do, he says, right? You can learn that. But what we're going to have you do, yes, I will. I'm being told to ask you to just sit down. Sit down, take a deep breath, and take your left hand. Take your left hand and place it where the pain in the neck is most severe. Take the left hand and place it where the pain in the neck is most severe. You want the palm of your hand to go over the space where the pain is the most intense. When you get your hand into that space, take a slow, deep breath And as you exhale, let the body relax and allow yourself to feel the energy that's moving from your hand into the neck. Just allow yourself to feel the energy moving into your neck from your hand. And just keep breathing slowly and deeply. And speak these words aloud. Speak these words aloud. I accept with love and grace that which is given unto me to make me whole. I accept that with love and grace which is given unto me to make me whole. And repeat that phrase slowly and gently for the next 2 minutes. And at the end of that 2 minutes, share with us what your experience is. I still got another 7 minutes, so you'll have time to do this. Do not rush, take your time. Really feel what happens when you do this, so you gain the fundamental experience that's necessary for understanding the truth that has been told to us all. Thank you, Vertical. I really appreciate that. Someone's asked me, Corey's wondering, I would like to ask you to ask my guardians whom is always around me. You got a grandfather on your mother's side, very, very tall gentleman. I don't know why, but he's saying something about the legal issue, something about law, get you being involved in law. He's been trying to, something about you needing to be involved in law. Hang on, is this you want her to get involved in law or no? This is a strong male figure, grandfatherly on your mother's side. Something about law, something about the law, and it's a very short burst. He's been trying to get through to you for quite some time. But something about the law that you need to go to the law. Is this like legal law or is this, yes. So it's like something about law, going towards law, something legal that you have to go towards. You have to go towards it. I don't know what that's in reference to, but he says you understand. Always the deer. Always the deer, he's saying. Always the deer. Thank you. I wonder if we lost connection on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, can you still hear me and see me? I'm just curious. Should I do a quantum healing guide course? I get a strong yes for that. It would be very beneficial for you. Dolores Cannon's work was groundbreaking in her own right, and now some of her students that follow her are taking it to a whole other level. So yeah, it would really be beneficial. But I'd also encourage you to come and take our masterclasses. They will lead you to the same place. All roads lead to the divine if they're based in love. Anything based in love will take you to God. Okay, time for 2 more questions here. Good morning, everybody. Hi, guys. I swear by my intuition, I can read the vibes around me. Yes, I believe you. That's the whole thing. You can read everything. There are so many high-level empaths on the planet right now that have no training. People are just picking up the thoughts and the emotions and the ideas of the world around them and taking it on. Watching TV shows that fill their mind with fear and anger and all kinds of nonsense. And they're really struggling. A lot of these empaths, we're seeing the mass shootings, we're seeing all these things that are happening. Because these high-level empaths have no way to filter or process information around them. And there's nothing in the educational system that teaches children how to run their mind and body. They just teach children how to follow, listen, and obey. But they don't teach you to awaken your spiritual faculties up. And a lot of these high-level empaths that can feel the energy around them, it's important you know how to make a distinction between what you're perceiving around you and what you are as a spiritual awareness, observing what is around you as energy, as emotions, as thoughts. Because I used to get thoughts from other people and think they were mine. Right? That happens to a lot of empaths. They get thoughts from other people and they think they're theirs. Or they'll get thoughts from lower vibrational influences and they'll think it's them. It's not. You must learn to govern yourself, to guard the space of your consciousness with love and grace. You must learn to guard the space of your consciousness with love and grace so that you can discern what you will allow into your house and what you will not allow in your house. What thoughts, what memories, what emotions, what considerations that are coming to you, what you will allow or not allow. You must recognize there is a distinction between good and evil. And as a high-level empath, it's very important. You train your mind and body to be like a castle, a fortress against the information that is bombarding so many people when there's so many dark entities in charge of our political and social and educational systems. It's important to insulate yourself against the negative and destructive thought forms that are being perpetuated upon everybody right now in an attempt to keep you disconnected from your creator, from your source, from what you came here to be. You know your purpose. There's not one of you here that does not know that you have a purpose. Not one of you here that does not know that you have a purpose. You just don't know what it is because you've been disconnected from it by what you've acquired from the world. And the goal of all of the work that they're doing through me and many others is to awaken you to who you are so you can begin to initiate your purpose and your function as a creating intelligence. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to be free, to create. Right? Thank you so much. Reading the vibes around you. I'm just trying to find it. Oh, what we're doing, someone's asking what we're doing today. We just, you missed the main message, but we're just answering questions. I got 2 more questions to answer, and we're going to head out. We'd love to know what messages are coming through for me, please, and thank you. This is from Ember or Amber. It's either Ember or Amber. Yeah. I'm being told doodle. I'm being told to doodle, to draw, to sketch on a pad, to let that out of yourself, to let that all out, to know you are letting it out, that you're not holding it in. You will find peace through this. So that I'm being told to tell you, you need to like doodle, get a notepad or something and doodle. And whatever you're holding into, release it, but decide that you're releasing it from your life by writing it down, by drawing, whatever it is that doodling is that they're telling you to do, to draw it as much as but to know that you're doing it to release that within you which you no longer need or no longer serves you. Wow. By the way, the entity known as Pan works with you among the gardens and in the forest, the entity called Pan. Amber, you want to connect to him. Good morning. So Michaela is asking, and this will be the last question of the day. I'm sorry, but I've got an orientation to start in about 12 minutes. Michelle is asking, how do we connect to our purpose, working or quieting mind and silencing fear and anxiety? The simple breathing process that they've given us to do is what you want to follow. Literally, sit your body down, direct it to breathe slowly and deeply because your body's designed to follow you. Direct your body to breathe slowly and deeply. Get it relaxed, get it quiet, get it calm, get it still. And then do the same thing with your mind. Get your mind through the breathing to relax, to become quiet, to become calm, become still. Many of you in the beginning that do this will probably find yourself falling asleep. That's okay. You keep doing it until you stay awake, until your mind and body are completely quiet and you're aware. But you're not distracted by memories or the environment or the past or the future. You're not thinking, you're just being. You're feeling really good just being aware that you are aware. In that place of awareness, that's when you can begin to ask for Master Jesus or God or Buddha or your guardian angels. You can ask them to give you inspiration and guidance, to give you images or ideas that lead you to your purpose. Because if the world was able to give you the purpose you came here to carry out, you would have had it by now. So the answer is within you. It's not from the world. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today. One more question from YouTube, because I didn't get very many from YouTube today. Question, if I could ask, why do people, when they meet me, get a bad vibe from me, but animals come to me? It's not that they're getting a bad vibe from you. You're not taking their vibe on, and so you're acting like a mirror. You don't take their stuff on. You're pretty well fortified, and animals can see that you don't have any dark stuff in you. But people have dark stuff. They project it at you, and you're like a mirror. You reflect it back to them without even doing anything. Just what happens. Your energy is not compatible with negative thoughts and emotions from other people, so they get it back from you. They get their energy back, reflected back from you, and they think it's you. It's not. It's them. It's their energy, their thoughts, their beliefs, their judgment about you that you're perceiving them experiencing. It's not you at all, darling. It's not you at all. Thank you. So many questions. Yeah, I'm not going to get to all you guys today. I'm so sorry, but we will be back on Monday, 10 a.m. Same time, live on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook for the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And I'm told we're going to have Master Saint Germain on Monday, and I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you'll join me on Monday with Master Saint Germain and his message for us. Again, I want to remind everybody before I go, if you want to register for our Masterclass 102 on liberation, you have until 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon to do that, and registration will be closed after that point of time. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful day. If you want to register, it's at williammichaelforbes.com. Bye for now.